this is too hard.
Welcome to The Hoe Phase, a millennial dating experiment powered by Sirens NYC. Ready, set, hoe.
Nah, ain't none of that. I'm a hoe.
Hey, y'all.
Applause.
Hi, guys. I've definitely missed this studio so much. Welcome back to The Hoe Phase, a millennial dating experiment.
Welcome back to New York.
Yes. But let them know what The Hoe Phase stands for.
Yes, so that's HOE, which stands for Healing Over Everything.
Yes, period. This is the podcast where we talk about dating, relationships, and sex, and we tie it all in a bow with healing and evolution. Okay. For those of you guys who are new to the gang, welcome, and it's your favorite co-host, Becky J, your friendly neighborhood love symbol. Hi.
And it's your actual fave, MJ, the baddest Kiana.
Ooh, ay caramba. I'm definitely glad to be. I lied.
Yeah. Wow, we working on the lion, girl.
I know. I was gonna just give like, oh my god, I'm so happy to be back. No, I want to be back in Florida with the beautiful sun and the pool and the palm trees. You know, like I definitely took this break this week to do some recharging and resetting, and I could use some more. Not gonna lie.
I wish I was in a pool right now. I got mad bathing suits. Like, I'm ready for summer.
Yeah, I'm super excited to just go more places. I was like, you know what, you're just gonna have to come back and just keep incorporating rest and vacation and traveling into my lifestyle.
You can also make the trips longer too.
True, very true.
But how was it? How are you feeling?
I feel really good. Like I said, I could use some more time. I think I already wasn't feeling the most amazing before I left. So some part of me was just like, you're going to go over there and now you're going to be feeling amazing and you're just going to be doing this and this and this. And like, I still kind of was feeling kind of blah some days. But I think it was good. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was able to rest and talk to myself and pray and eat amazing food and just relax and smoke. Like, just all the chill tourist vibes that, you know, a tourist girl could ask for, you know.
I'm glad you had fun. I missed you.
I missed you too.
Ooh. I feel like I've had a pretty regular week while you're gone. I mean, I saw my nigga more. Like, I saw him almost every day. It was intense. To the point where it's just like, I'm seeing you too much now.
How's that?
We were good for the most part. I don't know what else to say. Okay. Oh, wait. I have an announcement. I've been trying to make this announcement for like at least 2 weeks now.
What's the announcement?
My nigga told me that I give the best head he's ever had in his entire life. And I just feel like I need a crown for that. I actually need some horns for that. At first I was like, your whole life? Like, seriously? Like,
I mean, he's
real?
not that old.
He's not that old, but also, I'm like, still.
Period,
I'll
girl.
take it.
Rock that crown.
Oh. So, yeah, we were talking about vulnerability this week.
Yes, we did. Sorry guys if I'm like a little off. I'm still in Miami. Like, I'm literally still on vacation. But yeah, we talked about vulnerability and we talked about the roadmap to vulnerability. And we gave you guys and us too 4 distinct steps that we can make on the path to vulnerability. And also, this is a process that kind of keeps going over and over and over and over and over again. So that was pretty fun and insightful, I would say, on Monday. What do you think?
It was pretty. It was hella insightful. I feel like I was kind of taking the steps and kind of just seeing where I could implement them into my life.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if I have an issue with my nigga now, like I literally will just say it to him instead of like bringing it home and talking to you. And even though I did talk to you because he was sleeping, which that was the issue, but like that when the situation happened, I just said it instead of like going home and like getting real mad about it. I was just like, I'm in the moment mad, and I'm just gonna express that to you, and now we're good.
But doesn't it feel so much more freeing though, doing that?
So much better, like so much better.
Once I learned that life hack to just like deal with things right away instead of letting it fester, like, and like I like to ruminate on things and just like really stew on it, you know what I mean, and just like think about it from all the different angles, and like now I'm just like so mad, and it's just like you could have just talked about it, and it would
literally I was just like
5-second cleanup.
It was literally like it was a good 5-minute cleanup because I just didn't stop going in. Like I just kept reiterating like I'm mad, and shout out to him because he can handle me.
Period. I mean, I think it's good to start with like communicating, you know what I mean? Because from someone who didn't communicate as much. But also don't get too far where you're just like fucking berating people. I think that's a drag.
Okay. I totally get that. I think I dragged it a little bit. Like I just kept bringing it up, and I'm just like, all right, like it's over now.
Yeah, that definitely happened to me a few weeks ago. Did I tell them the story about how I got upset?
No.
I think I did tell them. I don't remember. I don't feel like going into all the details, but I definitely dragged it. Like, you know when you have like, oh, I have a right to be mad. I think there's a drag.
Oh no, you're definitely a dragger for sure.
What do you mean?
Like, if say there's an issue between us, we solved it, you'll keep like bringing it up like in a petty way, like yeah, because da 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 da. And it's just like, all right, we solved it now. Now, do you want to fight?
Yes, I do actually. No, but I think like with you, that's kind of like me just being a big sister, being annoying. But I think like if I'm mad, I can definitely just be like, I can't believe this. Like I just can't, and it's just like okay, but I just can't believe, like you know what I mean? Like I would just want to just keep going.
I guess because you're so hurt, you want the person to like know that. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Whew. Enough about us.
Yeah.
We have some guests that I am going to summon. Just give me a second. You know, this new platform, we're still learning it and working it out.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. That's why we're using our laptop camera today for those of you guys tuning in on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, this like technical difficulties home studio shit is kind of blowing.
Yeah, it's getting to a point, but we had technical difficulties in real studios before, so
that's true.
And we didn't let us get it then, and we're not gonna let it get us now.
Period.
Okay, still summoning our guest. bear with us. Any fun things happened in Miami?
I feel like a lot of niggas started coming out the woodworks.
Ooh,
you know what
happened? That's how it works when you go away.
You go away, you post a little cute picture, video at the pool, post some palm trees. People start getting hyped.
Right? You post the sun. It's just like, bitch. It was sunny here, but it wasn't warm. Like it wasn't. I'm not darker.
Yeah, I feel like me and you look the same color now.
For real. I'm like, I need to get chocolatier.
Yes.
I need to be the color of this dress.
Yeah, but yeah, some guys are starting to come out the woodworks. I think it's fun. I think people are just like throwing their hats in the ring. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Throwing their
hats in the ring, maybe?
Whatever. It's interesting. And then I also did meet this older gentleman who offered to take me all around Europe.
Ooh.
when I say older, I mean much older, as in a 71-year-old retired lawyer.
71? I don't think I've ever gone that old before. What's the oldest you've gone before?
I mean, like, he was like 38 and I was like 22 or some shit.
That's the oldest?
Yeah.
Mine was like, he said he was in his 40s. He was like, I would say 46. He didn't tell me his exact age, so I always thought 46.
Yeah, no, the oldest time when, yeah. I did let him buy me a drink yesterday, though.
As you should, bitch. Okay, no. Not music energy. We can get to know people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a cool older guy. I was like, you're not creepy. Like, you know, I would think normally this would be creepy. Now I see how girls could just be like traveling with these older white men. It's like, oh, you're not bad to hang out with.
Quite.
Like, he wasn't bad to hang out with or talk to. He was smart. And
he's
like,
lived for 71 years. He has so much experience.
Yeah, like he was
71. He was born in the 50s, bro.
Yeah, he showed me his ID.
Literally. He was born in the 50s. There's so much things he went through.
No, it was like 40-something. No, we were 49?
70. If Dad was born in 52, and he's going to be 70 next year... Okay, he could be born in 49.
Yeah, he was born. I think he showed me his ID, 49.
But still, he went through the civil rights movement, my nigga. The fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I'm always down for experiences. You know, we don't use people anymore, but you can experience if that's something that you would enjoy.
I'm not sure.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a fun night, for sure.
All right, so I'm going to give our first guest a call.
Okie dokie.
Hit that Skype sound. Where's the sound? Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I'm doing good. How are you?
We are awesome. Give us 1 second while we get you all situated right in the screen.
Okay, cool.
Okay, perfect. Hi.
Hi.
How are you, Candace?
I'm doing so good. How are you guys?
We're awesome. I could be better. I wish I was back in Florida, but I'm not going to complain.
I just took a nap. I took a real good nap after work and stuff, so I'm just like rested and in a good mood. Ready to start the weekend.
Period. Where are you from?
I'm from Minnesota.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. What city? Like, I don't know. Minneapolis? That's in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. That's where I'm from.
Period. Okay.
That's the only city anybody knows.
I know. That's why I was like, let me pull some of this like public education out of my brain real quick.
Right.
Yeah, shout out
that's
to
where I'm
Minnesota
from.
in the building though. Like, come on, give us like a
Oh,
little
yeah.
like.
Let me give you some.
Thank you so much for taking your time out on your Friday night to join us ladies in the Ho Chat. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. Like, I've been listening to your guys' podcast for a long time, so it's kind of like a full circle moment.
Yay! Awesome. That's so amazing. I'm glad you've been growing with us because, you know, I feel like we all gotta get older and get more mature. So shout out to you for sticking around with us.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, give us a little bit about you, like a little background for all of our other listeners.
Okay, so let me see. I'm not good at this. So I am going to be 24 in 9 days.
Nice.
On April 18th, I'm an Aries. I'm from Minnesota, born and raised. I spent a lot of time in Alabama when I was going to school. I went to a historically black college, Alabama State, the Alabama State University. You're right. I was a business major there, but yeah, I just came back home a little bit recently, right? A little bit before the pandemic. So I'm really just like a creative type person. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately. I like to paint. I like to draw. I draw tattoos for people, but I don't do tattoos. So yeah, I just like to dibble and dabble in the arts and be creative and painting things that we handles just for like fun, not like for like a business venture or anything like that. So I just like to be creative and
I like that. Just
expand my
creative.
mind.
Creative all
Yeah.
around. Business, about your business. Okay, I love that. And are you single?
No, I'm in a relationship.
Nice. How long? Like a long thing? New?
We've been together 10 months. I think 10
Okay,
months this
nice.
month.
That's fairly new. That's
Yeah.
enough time to get vulnerable.
Absolutely. Nah, for real though.
All right, let's talk about some of these steps. Did you listen into Monday's episode where we talked about the 4 steps to vulnerability?
Nope, I think I missed it.
Okay, that's just fine because we're gonna recap with you right now, and maybe
Yeah,
you
let's get
can,
into it.
yeah, and you can see how some of these can apply to your relationship if you are already applying them, or if this is something that you can do a little bit more of. Okay,
Sure.
so one of the steps that we said to achieving or going towards being more vulnerable is to embrace your imperfections. When you embrace your imperfections, you're able to also embrace that other people aren't perfect either, and then you guys can kind of start on the same page. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good step. That's definitely something people need to do instead of trying to put up a front of like they're perfect or like their relationship is perfect and their life is perfect. Especially with everything that's going on now, like nothing is perfect. We all have to sit in our homes and be faced with our everyday personal selves and figuring out what it is that we like or what we don't like, what we need to fix and stuff like that. But that's definitely something that is important in a relationship because a lot of people have like an idea of what they want their partner to be,
Mm-hmm.
and when it's not that, it's like, oh, this isn't gonna work. Instead of just understanding that this is this other person's imperfections, and maybe their imperfections is something that they might need to improve on, and in yourself as well. Like you're not perfect. There's some things you might need to work on for this relationship, and this is like such a that's why I like was like I want to get in on this. So when I saw that the topic was vulnerability, I was like, yeah, because me and my man butt heads a lot lately, but like we find a way to work through it because it's like that was kind of like part of the advice that I wanted to like when to know when to give up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not necessarily something that you need to give up over, just figuring each other out in the beginning still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think especially like when you are so early in a relationship, I know people think like 10 months, 6 months, 1 year is so long, but like that's really when you're learning someone and you guys really have those growing pains. And yeah, I can imagine you doing that during a pandemic too. Like, I can't even imagine what that's
Exactly.
like.
We met in a pandemic. Like the way we met is such a fairy tale story that like it doesn't sound like there would ever be anything wrong in a relationship, but it's like you still have to learn this other person and how they operate through life. Like you're meeting this person where they're at in all of their years of living. Like you can't just jump in and expect for them to bend to what you want them to be.
And
And I
sometimes,
just had to come to that realization on my own, like for real.
yeah, that's big of you. And sometimes when you do have like that fairy tale start, that amazing honeymoon, it kind of like sets your expectations so high that like when the real relationship starts settling in, you're just like, wait, this is not it. This is toxic. This is not
Yeah.
romantic anymore. When it's just like, no, things change, things grow. This
Exactly.
is might be a more realistic place of where you are right now.
Yeah, it can't always be a fairy tale all the time. That's where I'm learning that now too. I'm at like the 3-month mark, and I didn't know it was gonna get like this.
No, for real, no. Because when we started, we met on vacation. Like his friends and my friend. Like his friend invited my friend, and she invited us. We all came. We ended up staying in this big mansion in Beverly Hills, and ended up meeting each other. And just like he was on my heels the whole time, like in my face, like grabbing my bag, bringing my bags in because we ended up getting kicked out. And
Okay,
moving around and stuff.
gentlemen.
Okay, exactly. So I'm like, this man is on my team, and then like he let him tell it. Let him tell it. I was on his team, but he was really on my team because
I like
he
that,
finessed
on
me
my
out
team.
my phone number. He finessed me out my phone number, talking about, oh, just let me know what you want from the store. Just text it to me. I'm like, I don't have your number. And he's like, oh, I got it. Like, okay, here it is. And then later, he's like, I got that number, huh? I'm like,
Smooth.
this is a game. And as soon as we got back, like, we got into heat with each other and we like broke up and we got back together or whatever. So we've still been kind of, like you said, growing pains.
Yeah.
People get so wrapped up in like that honeymoon phase that they don't really understand that like love and giving love to somebody is not a feeling. It's something that you willingly, something that you choose to do every day.
It's
So
an action for real. And
yeah.
that also one of those actions, and it sounds like what you're going through with your partner right now, and this is actually the second step on our list, is to, when you have tough times, run towards people instead of running away and closing up. Run towards people, and especially during these growing pains, I feel like that determines whether what's going to make or break your relationship. If every time you're having an issue, now you guys are not even coming towards each other to work on it, you're talking to your friends, you're letting things get bottled up, it's just like that's not setting a good foundation for vulnerability, for a connection, for meaningful relationships. So
Exactly.
yeah, do you have a tendency to run towards your partner, or do you run away? Like, are you a runner, you're a track star, or what?
No, no, I definitely am the type to try to address things. Like, I'm just like, look, bro, this is not it right here. Like, and the way I go about it, we've already like been over this like so many times. The way I be going about it is I just will have an attitude, and this will just have an attitude, and not ever really address what it is. Because like deep down, I know it's something small, but it's just like either way, like I'm so tired about it. So it's like either what's it gonna be. So I've been having to get over just having an attitude and just like telling him like, look, this is what you just did that made me mad, and then getting over it, and then then we're cool. I find myself in like I be wanting to vent to people. I be wanting to vent about my relationship to my brothers, to my best friend. But when you do that, you kind of change the opinion that they have of their significant other in their mind, and I don't want that at all. And they're biased, and I don't want a biased opinion. So I just like keep it to myself, or I'm coming to you like, this is what you just did that pissed me off. Well, what are we going to do about it?
I love that, especially the part where it's like, if it isn't a big deal, then that means you really have to either get over it, because like saying it's not a big deal and not dealing with it just makes the energy really weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were just talking about that before we called you on, about sometimes just saying it and just like getting over it makes it so much faster, so much easier. And I think it kind of flexes that like vulnerability muscle, and now you're just making it more easier for you to run to people, to talk to people, to ask for things when you need it, and stuff like that.
As you were talking, I was like, you sound just like me. Like, I'll have an attitude. I won't talk. I'm like, I want you to figure it out. But now I'm just like, they're not going to figure it out, like, unless you say something.
Exactly. And my thing about it with him specifically is the fact that if it's small to him, he just doesn't care. And I'm just like, honestly, it doesn't matter if you think it's small. If it upset me, I want you to acknowledge that I'm upset, and just be like, if you didn't mean to upset me, just like, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to, or I didn't intend on making you feel that way, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you feel like it's small and you don't care, you can still just tell somebody that you're sorry for making them feel that way. And that's the part that we still have to work on. Like, I literally just did not talk to him for 2 days just because he was rude as hell to me, and he just didn't want to acknowledge that it was rude. And I'm just like, I just told you verbally that I felt like it was rude, even after you said I'm not trying to be rude. And I'm like, that's too bad. I felt like it was rude. And he didn't apologize, and I had to keep laying it out over and over. Like, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. You upset me, and I felt like it was rude. So, and he gets a text to me like, are you going to talk to your boyfriend today? I'm like, are you going to apologize today?
Oh my God.
So what's it going to be?
I'm going to send you a list of the steps.
Yes, no, girl, yeah. I'm going to put it up, and, so we can make sure. Yeah, because my other thing with him is that I felt like I couldn't confide in him in things that even outside of our relationship, I felt like I couldn't. And
because
he was just
maybe
like, why?
You felt
why?
like he wasn't going to take him as seriously.
Yeah, I just felt like it was gonna be something like he be like, don't stress over things you can't control. It's like, I understand, I'm not trying to stress. I just want to kind of get it out of my body. Like, I just want to talk.
I think that's one thing I've definitely learned, like, from experience. Like, when you're dating like someone that's more masculine, they're going to try to solve your problems. It doesn't matter. Whenever you tell them something, they're going to try to solve it. And you're just like, I just want to talk. I feel like that's sometimes easier to do with your girlfriends and stuff like that. Like, when it comes to them, they want to solve the problem. Like, that's it. Sometimes that can be very frustrating. But it sounds
Yeah.
like you guys are on the way to, you know, hopefully coming together and working out some kinks, you know? And it sounds like you got a really
Yeah.
good head on your shoulders, too.
For
Candace.
real. Especially you say you're 24. Like, for real.
Well, I'm about to be.
Oh, you're about to be
I hear
24.
that a lot. Yep. In a couple days. It's Aries
Nice.
season.
Nice.
But yeah, I appreciate that a lot. That definitely means a lot. And that's what, and he's older too. So like, he's only a couple years older than me. But that's the first time I've dated somebody that's, I don't say significantly older, but he's 26. I'll be
Yeah.
24. So
Well,
somebody that's older than me.
yeah, well, we're
And-
wishing you, like, all the luck, all the blessings on your relationship, and all the healing and growing just in your personal life as well.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you. I feel like we were, like, chatting like we were old friends.
For
I loved
real.
it.
Right, exactly. I was telling my best friend, I'm like, they know me. I'm definitely here.
Yes, nah, for real. Well, thank you so much for all the support and everything, and we'll talk to you soon, girl.
Of course. Yes, you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Bye.
Minnesota in the building. Oh, that's so
Period.
cool.
Ooh. Hold on, I'm having a technical difficulty.
With what?
Real quick.
Okay, that was in the camera.
What?
Yeah. Do 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 do. No, that was really fun. I really liked
For real,
her.
I like her. Shout out to Candace.
Yeah, shout out to Candace, shout out to Minnesota, and shout out to people just like really trying to grow.
For real.
You know? And it's not about being perfect. It's not about like knowing all of this stuff. It's just about getting a little bit better each day.
Literally. That's all it's about. It's just about growing and not staying in the same place. That's it.
Yay! Shout out to them. I hope they work everything out. It's probably
For
so
real.
difficult, like trying to get to know someone in a pandemic. Like,
In a panty, yeah. I did that though. I just realized. I was like, bitch, you came out the Well, is it over?
I don't think so, babe.
The panty isn't over, but yeah, I came out with a whole nigga.
Yeah.
And we're starting to get to that place too, Candace. If you're still watching, getting there.
Yeah, I feel like it's just also like people's feelings are just so like all over the place, you know,
Mhm.
like. So, it's just like that's her right there, right?
Yeah, I'm loading her. I'm just gonna let her know.
Okie dokie. I'm excited for our next guest so we can
Oh
talk
wait,
about.
she says she's watching live. So, all right, our next guest is loading. I'm gonna give her a call.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm
So
excited.
we're gonna do 3 and 4 with her, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do 3 and 4 and talking about, you know, getting closer to that our destination of vulnerability. I feel like these boobs are like
What boobs? My boobs
no
or your
mine.
boobs? Oh, I keep looking at my own boobs.
I feel like mine are like serving and giving like vulnerability.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes, it is. I'm excited.
Okay, our next guest is Christy. Shout out to both our guests having names with C's today.
Okay, we got Candace and Christy coming in the building. I'm so excited.
Me too. It's my favorite sound.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta turn us off in the background.
Hello.
Hi, Christy.
You.
Hi, Christy. How are you, girl?
Good. Y'all look good.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you.
Let me lower this light down. This is way too bright.
No,
feel
I
shiny.
was liking it. I was
Okay.
like, ooh, lighting.
Oh. Thank you. How y'all doing?
We are
We're
doing
good.
awesome. How are you?
I'm chilling. It's Friday, so I feel good.
Yes, for real.
Ready for the week.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so grateful to have you.
Of course. I'm excited.
Yay!
I was just watching it actually on vulnerability.
Yes.
I was feeling a lot of what I had to say because, you know, that's a real topic for me, you know.
Where do you fall
But
on the vulnerability tip?
It was dope.
Where do you fall on the vulnerability scale? Like, are you like
I very much related to you in the sense of being kind of like a clam and not being very vulnerable with folks, and I feel like, but that's kind of a new thing. Like when I'm very intimate with someone, and we've had certain conversations, and I feel like I can trust them, then I'm vulnerable with them. But it's not easy for that to come out at all. And some people have, dubbed me to be cold or like unfeeling, or a little bit too crass in how I express. So the vulnerability of it all doesn't really show up for me sometimes. And definitely since I've been single and I'm dating, I'm not vulnerable in dating. I'm vulnerable in relationships.
but not in dating.
Yeah, as I'm dating and getting to know, I'm not very vulnerable. I like to approach it with a very rational kind of mind. Strategic. I'm kind of a strategic kind of dater.
Wait, what is your sign? Like, you're giving me mad earth sign vibes right now.
No, I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo.
Okay.
That's what I was getting.
But I got water sign in my chart. So I'm a Leo, but moon and my rising is Cancer.
Okay.
Me too!
But that's crazy, right? Because my moon is Cancer, so you would think I should be more vulnerable because, my moon regulates my emotions, and it's Cancer, which is like the most emotional sign. But I feel like the Leo, the sun sign, come out more in how I express because it's my personality. So I don't express vulnerability,
you think it's like a little more like prideful?
Oh, definitely. That's what it is. That's absolutely what it is.
Like me, you're gonna hurt my feelings.
Wait, say that again.
Like you're gonna hurt my feelings? Yeah.
Exactly.
Have fun even reaching them.
I'm not gonna let you see me like this because I feel like when people see you that way, especially if you haven't been vulnerable with me at all, and that's the thing. Like in dating, when you're getting to know people and you're filling people out, like people are not ready to be vulnerable with your ass, but I feel like that's something that happens more in relationships when you like committing yourself to a person. You commit to opening up yourself more, like sharing more, giving more, because we're in a relationship and we want to build together and be together. So we share more, we give more of ourselves. But I feel like in dating or in the talking stage, I'm not vulnerable at all. Like if you get to know something really real about me in terms of like just like how I operate with family or friends, and you really want to see that part of me, and I think that's the vulnerable side of me. Like my vulnerability definitely shows my family and friends, because I'm very family oriented, and I love them, and I express love to them very loudly and boldly. But yeah, I was just having a conversation with my friend because she was watching it with me. And I was like, I feel like I'm transparent, so people think that's vulnerability because I share so much and I let people know. But the vulnerability part really encompasses like my fears and my insecurities and like things that live in my shadows
out there, probably. Yeah.
Your real self too. Putting your real self out there.
Exactly. They don't see that part, So
I feel like also when you're really good at like performing or like being that type of having that type of personality, you get
which I feel like a lot of Leos are.
Yeah, like you're able to express yourself and people feel like they're knowing so much about you, but it's just like just the way in which that you're presenting yourself. Is just feeling like, oh, I know all about her business, but it's like, no, you know exactly what I want you to know.
Exactly.
I'm very like, I let people know what I want them to know, but the people closest to me have definitely seen like my vulnerability, and I feel like in the last couple of years I've gotten better at expressing, vulnerability to people that I'm close to, that I trust, but that's not easily gained from me at all, And I feel like I often appear to be like the strong friend. And I am the strong friend for the most part. And I feel like my vulnerability happens in isolation. I'm vulnerable with myself. Like with myself, and I'm by myself and I'm in my rituals and in my, like I'm doing things consciously to bring certain things out, I'm vulnerable with myself, you know, whether that's listening to music or journaling or just even talking to myself out loud and thinking out loud. Like I'm vulnerable with myself and I process that on my own. Um, but I don't often like share that with other people.
Yeah.
And even to get me to cry about it, like getting myself to actually cry, like I'll watch something sad. So it could trigger that, and I'm like, then I'm bawling at some Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my
And
god!
I'm already
I knew it was gonna be Grey's Anatomy.
I knew what was gonna happen, but I'm sad about that and some other shit, and I'm releasing it all here in this moment with, you know, Meredith.
I really like the point that you made about how, you know, when you're in the dating stage, you're not very vulnerable, but when you're in a relationship, that is when you are vulnerable. And I think, you know, ideally, you know, we would think that you should be open and be this vulnerable open book like when you're dating and getting to know people, but that's really not how it works naturally. And I think there is a natural process of like discerning whether you can share more with someone, and as you get closer and as you get more comfortable, being able to be vulnerable. But I really like that point that you made. And it also sounded like in getting closer to your being more vulnerable with the people that you're already close with, that sounds like step 3 on our list, which was go deeper. So where you already may have close relationships, by going deeper with those relationships with your friends and family, where you're actually getting to know, like you said, some of those shadow sides of you, your fears, your insecurities, and they're like, what? You feel ugly sometimes? And they're just like, yeah, you know. So like I feel like that is something that you seem to be working on. That's one of the points about going deeper.
It feels easier to me because, like, I have 2 best friends that I've been friends with for over 15 years.
Okay.
And it's easy for me to be vulnerable with them. But it's like, they have to bring it out of me. Like, I'll be like, I'm okay. And they're like, bitch, no, you're not. What is it? And then I really, like, open up. I try to see if people take my okay. You know, because I'm a bubbly person. So when I'm down, people pay attention, right? So this is how it would go. People act like, Christine, yourself, what's going on? I'm like, I'm all right. You know, I'm just going through it, but I'm okay. And then what they do with that. Okay. So if they continue to talk and have a conversation about something, I'll continue to go on. I'm not going to go further than that, okay? But if they be like, that okay doesn't feel real, what's really going on, then I'm more prone to open up. Because I'm like, okay, you're picking up on more than just what I'm saying to you.
So it's a test.
And, you know, wait, say that again?
Oh, so it's a test?
It's not a test. It's more like a probe. It's like a probe. Like, do you really want to know, can you hold space for me to share this? Because for me, it's really about whether or not a person is able and have the capacity to hold space for everything I'm about to unload. Because that's why I don't share it with a lot of people, because I feel like people don't know what to say. They don't know and they don't give me enough for me to feel reassured. So I'll reassure myself and I'll deal with it myself. But then not often, but there are seldom some times where like I'll get really deep and personal on a 3-hour conversation with my best friend, and that will feel real. That will feel authentic. And they're able to hold that space for me. So with them, I feel comfortable and safe being vulnerable with them because they've known me for so long that they know when something is not right, you know, and they probe to make sure they get it. And they feel like my sisters that way, and my sisters are like that. So I'm surrounded by like a real village and collective of women that check in on me and look in on me. So I don't need to tell someone I date what's going on because my tribe is holding that space for me. So I don't need to tell you and be vulnerable with you or expose myself in that way because 1, you may not have the space to hold that for me. 2, I may not want to share that with you at this point in which we're dating or getting to know each other, or I may not trust you enough to really share it with you. So I'm going to share it with my tribe and they hold me up, you know? So
I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool also because like, I was reading this book and they were talking about how, you know, you can't dump on your partner all the time. So it's nice that while you are single and while you are like in this stage in your life, you are you have your own support system, you have your own self-coping mechanisms, and like you're good. So when someone comes in your life, it can kind of be like an additive to it. But
exactly. I was in a relationship for almost 8 years, and Kristen was my everything for the most part, and I told them everything, and I was vulnerable with them, and they were able to hold space for me and reassure me and make me feel like I'm okay and like I can do anything. But when that relationship ended, I was like, I'm not giving that to another person who could leave me, romantically, because if we don't work out and you leave, I've given you all of that, and for me, like I said, it's hard for that to happen, and I've given it to you, and now you're not here anymore. So since I've been single, and it's been like 3-4 years now, I've learned to lean on my tribe to hold space for me, and give me that reassurance, and that comfort that I need. So the people I date don't have to take the brunt of that right now, because even these people that I date, they're fleeting. Like, I talk to you here, I talk to you there. It's not a real thing. So what the fuck I'm telling you anything for?
I do think though that like when you do cross over that bridge where you want to get more, have a deeper bond with someone, that's when you have to reach the level 4, which is getting uncomfortable, and you have to I think the whole point of vulnerability is that you risk yourself getting hurt. I think when it comes to it's really beautiful to express ourselves to our friends and family who really love us, but to bear it for someone who may be here today and gone tomorrow, who may, it may be really scary. I feel like those are the things that sometimes show us who we really are and push our boundaries.
Mm-hmm. And those are the things that help build relationships too.
Mm-hmm. When I was watching and you girls mentioned how, the definition of vulnerable is taking a risk, right? So I'm a low-key control freak. Mm-hmm. I'm a high-key. I'm a high-key control freak. I work in leadership and supervision, so I'm used to managing things and, moving pieces the way I want and making things happen the way I want. So for a long time, I took that kind of approach in my relationships or just in the situations I were in. So when you're in control and you're the boss, you're not vulnerable, right? So for a long time, it attached itself to my persona and you can't be vulnerable because this is how you present yourself. So, that's not you. Mm-hmm. And that's, you don't put that out there. But as I get older and get more realistic with who I am and who I want to be, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, yes, sure, in dating I need to take a risk, but you got to be worth taking a risk for. And I have not found that. So I'm not just taking a risk with any old body just for the sake of seeing how you're going to respond. Because again, that being vulnerable for me is very big. Mm-hmm. So I don't put that on a lot of folks. And I'm not going to put that on someone who's temporary or feels temporary. Because you may not be temporary, but you often feel it, Mm-hmm. You don't feel like you're going to stick around, especially because of consistency in which you talk and being
if you...
It's
I don't know, maybe also if you have these experiences, maybe it's hard for you to be trusting in the first place. So everyone is going to feel like a stranger. Everyone is a stranger until they're not. Everyone is temporary until they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's real. I do have a bae friend.
Okay. Give us the tea.
So my bae friend is an ex who I am friends with. We are friends and we are close friends. And there are often times when we have very intimate moments where we can be vulnerable with each other. So she's my escape in that way. Mm-hmm. She feels safe because I've been there, done that. So I know her, she knows me.
But that doesn't, if it doesn't feel vulnerable, if you're just safe.
No. Well, you're right. But no, I think you could be vulnerable. I don't know.
True.
Say that.
I can.
Because right now.
I feel like what I'm picking up, I feel like Miss Cleo right now. I'm playing. But no, it sounds like, you know, maybe they're, like you said, maybe controlled things, or you maybe had experiences in your past and you're afraid to like open up to new people. And so you were saying that, you know, you're expressing yourself more with your friends and family, and that also sounds aligned with you dealing with an ex and being really close and feeling intimate with them too. Like, but like, where does that set you up for making more meaningful relationships, like in the future, more romantic relationships, you know? If it's just like everyone stranger danger.
Right.
I mean, we do have to have stranger danger, but it's about like having, also being like discerning, like having like these check marks that like not anyone can get through our gates, you know? Like, let's check this, and then it's just like, okay, now maybe I can try with you because you at least hit the quality control.
I'm sitting here learning too. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I think that you made a great point, and I'm almost at a loss for words. But I definitely think it was a great point, and I think like I was saying, when you mentioned the definition, you talked about risk, right? And I said I went on to talk about I'm a control freak, but I'm very risk averse. Okay, like if I don't know the outcome or even think I know the outcome, I don't know if I really want to take that risk, you know? And I feel like I'm very impulsive. So I just got this piercing yesterday. I just went I was like, I want to get my nose pierced. I was on TikTok. I was playing one of the fucking filters, and I was like, I'm going to get my nose pierced. And I went and I did it. So like, when it comes to me doing impulsive shit like that, those are risks. Taking it is a risk, right? Uh-huh. But when it comes to being risky with my heart and my feelings, I'm very like, you gotta crack me open. Like, I really do need to be cracked open. It's not something easy. Even with my ex that I was with for a very long time, she used to tell me that I was selfish with myself, for that very reason, because I wasn't vulnerable with her. You know, it took a long time to be vulnerable with her, and then when I got vulnerable with her, it was maybe aggressive or a little bit condescending.
Like, I was just talking to MJ about that. Like, once you start learning to express yourself, sometimes it can be a little like harsh and abrasive at first, because it's just like, now you're just like having so much fun with it. Like, this feels so free. But I feel like this now. It's like, okay, now too much feeling.
Like, maybe they can't handle all that just yet, especially if you just started like expressing yourself.
But you know what? It definitely sounds like you got an amazing head on your shoulders too. I feel like you had some really great callers today. And this vulnerability thing, like, it's a process. Like, just once you get to step 4, getting uncomfortable, you got to go back to the beginning and accept your imperfections again, and just being like, okay, well, we're here. We're not where we used to be. We're not where we think we are. Mm-hmm. But we right here, and we can start, and we can get a little closer and a little closer. So shout out to you.
For real.
Love that.
Yes, well, thank you so much, Christy, for calling in. Wait, where are you calling from? I feel like we got to get into the conversation real quick.
Oh, Bronx.
Hey, DX in the building.
You know, crazy. I was okay. So I feel like I saw you guys. I was smacked out my mind. I feel like I at a Firehouse Harlem event.
Oh
yeah. Okay, so that was y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
It was dark, and I was like, yo. I might by myself. But I was like, they look like Becky and MJ. I want to approach y'all and sit with y'all and smoke with y'all, but I was by myself, and I was really in my head at that.
Like, I think I saw you. I remember seeing someone by themselves too.
Yeah, but I wasn't too far from you guys.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there getting blazed. I was like, I feel like maybe I should go talk to them. And I was like,
we had like this much weed left too. We could have been friends. Like, it would have been a good match made in heaven.
I would have had y'all. But that's funny.
That's so cool. So hopefully we can like actually meet in person, like in real life.
That'd be cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again. I'm so happy. Like, this made my heart really happy today.
Oh,
I feel like our Friday conversations with the girls and the guys are just like, it's like little therapy for everyone.
For real.
Bro, I love what you guys are doing. I've been following you guys for a while, and you guys are both dope. I appreciate the platform you created. It's super relatable. So, yeah, I'm just glad to be here.
Yay! Thank you so much. All right, we'll definitely talk to you soon. See you in the DMs.
All right.
All that good stuff. Bye.
I'll be
Bye.
mean.
Yes.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. That's crazy, because when she said that, I'm like, I did see her. Now that I see her
like,
face,
as
I'm like,
I was staring at her, I'm like, she looks familiar, but like,
Literally.
you know, like.
but I'm like, she also could have been from Minnesota. But when she said Bronx, I'm like, she definitely was that girl.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Small world, man. I'm telling y'all.
For real. NYC is so small, but shout out to Firehouse Harlem. It's like this
I'm like, it's secret.
private.
So.
Yeah, it's like a private event. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
You know.
You just told about Fight Club.
Oops. Oh my god, but this was so much fun. Shout out to everyone talking about vulnerability, all the different stages that we're at.
Shit got real.
It did. It's kind of interesting, like, because we're here and we talk and we analyze ourselds and we kind of catch ourselves. Like, when we're talking to others, it's kind of hard for me not to catch them.
Yeah,
too.
you did. I saw you said something. You leaned in like, and I was like, "You're not about the therapist, this girl right now."
I'm just saying that's what we're here for. Like,
For
to
real.
be accountable, to like
to grow, to heal.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, we want to heal, right? We're not trying to just fake heal.
Exactly.
Like, we want to grow at all these different areas, and like I think Candace was saying, I don't know if Candace was saying that. Yeah, Candace was saying, sometimes you talk to your friends and family, they can be biased and they don't really. They're telling you the things that you kind of want to hear.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here for this super whole tribe, and I want y'all to keep me accountable too.
For real.
For real.
Keep it a buck. Hold us accountable too.
Absolutely.
Call us out. Be like, well, in episode of this, you said this, and now
You
saying
said
this.
you wasn't using niggas anymore, but now you're in Italy with
Bitch,
Stefan.
I'm going to Italy.
with me and my bae.
Yeah. You don't have to pay for me, but I'm going. The fuck?
He's really nice. He's a really great guy. Nah, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm so glad that. No, I lied again. I'm not glad to be back in New York.
I know, but I feel like the energy from the beginning of the episode to right now is so much better.
It definitely turned up once,
Even I feel like when I picked you up at the airport, you were just like kind of giving nothing. But I'm like, she's tired. But I'm like, she don't want to be here.
I don't. Like, I don't even know how to explain that. Like, I'm happy to be with you. I'm happy to be, like, in my bed. Like, certain things, but majority.
The sun. I didn't even get no sun. I don't want to be here.
But I am definitely glad to be doing the show. You know, it's like I started the week, I was over there, now I'm back here. Like, ooh.
And you know what's crazy? Just one more point before the before the episode's over, because the episode is named "Open Up." What is it? Open up more than your legs. And it's crazy because me and my nigga were talking about my body count, and then he said, "How many boyfriends have you had?"
Oh,
and
that question. I know that question very well.
And he was just like, "That's crazy," because like I told him I had two, because you know I don't care. First of all, niggas count as boyfriends if you were talking to them for a long time.
You know he's gonna watch this.
What? Okay.
Oh, you told him that you had two boyfriends.
Yeah.
I thought you said you had two bodies. I'm like, you're dragging it. Like,
I would never. No, I told him he been new. Like from the
Okay.
moment we first met, I told him all this shit. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, I used to use niggas, for food, and like preach using nigga energy, and like I would only fuck with old niggas because I wanted them to move me at my house. Like he knows who I am.
You told me you had two boyfriends. Who are your two boyfriends?
The Guyanese one, and then I was like, one of them wasn't even in the country. Remember, I was almost on 90 Day Fiance for real.
Yeah, that was your boyfriend.
That was the first person I was like, I loved.
This bitch was on fucking WhatsApp. Were you on WhatsApp?
No.
I feel like it was.
It was not WhatsApp. We were like texting and Snapchat. He had a phone.
No, it was
We were
Facebook.
It was not Facebook.
How you was texting a Nigerian number?
First of all, he was in Ghana. And yeah, but back to the point where I was saying, I feel like I opened up my legs more than I did my heart, you know? And that's crazy. Just thinking that I was able to do that more than actually experiencing feelings with people.
Yeah. It becomes like you really have to learn how to flex your different muscles, like literally.
And this thing gonna tell me he had 15 girlfriends. And I was like, how did you have 15 girlfriends?
That's a lot.
That's
excessive. I don't know. I'm like not the relationship person, so I'm just like.
I know, because people have been in relationships since like 7th grade, so that's a boyfriend for a month, another one for a month. You know those count.
Yeah, that didn't really work for me, but, but yeah, I think, yeah. Shout out to us opening up more, and
opening up more than our legs. Like
opening up way more than our legs. Yeah, like I'm learning to like fight. I'm just learning myself every day, more and more each day, and super grateful for
like they gotta get here. What y'all say? You said get your heart wet first.
Yes, I don't even remember saying that, but shout out to. Wasn't it Kenichiwa for tagging that as a quote of the day, because that be coming from God. It's not even
his though. My nigga did get my heart wet first.
Aww. The person that I love got my heart wet first.
I'm sorry. It's the more you say it,
that got my heart wet. Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube Live. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys made my Friday better, even though I wish I was still in Florida. It's like, I can hang with you guys. That's fine. You guys are amazing. You guys can follow us on Instagram at TheHophase, and you guys can subscribe to us on YouTube, so you guys can watch us live every Monday and Friday. And our channel is Sirens NYC, SIRENS NYC. You guys can also, we didn't have any Punchline today, but make sure you guys check out Punchline Punch, which sponsors our show every week. And you guys can also check out RB's podcast, Smoking Words, Smoke, the letter N, Words with a Z podcast. You can check him out and see all the amazing stuff that you got going on there, because it's just mind-blowing.
It's giving
and it's taking. Okay,
no, it worked. Sorry, I'm just
worked?
not. I don't smoke like that no more. So
Period.
I didn't get it.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Everybody Loves Becky, because everybody loves Becky.
And everybody loves that Becky.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing it to Everybody Loves Bex. What do you think?
No.
Alright, we'll see. But you guys can follow me over there. I'm probably going to be dropping more pictures from my vacation, because I took so many, and I'm just like...
No.
Post
exciting.
it or no?
Exciting. It takes you back there.
It takes me back, but it also, like, it brings the thirsties. And
I was gonna say, is it whorish?
They're not whorish, but I just look so fucking amazing that it's just like it's gonna bring. It's gonna attract a lot. It's gonna attract like great, but I know it's gonna attract some thirsties too. So I'm like, ugh.
Maybe it's gonna attract your husband. You don't know. Exactly.
Maybe.
And then you can follow me on Instagram at MJSmokesMJ. You can also hit that link in my bio to go book your facial. You see this glow? It's the skin for me. Look at her. This is me. It's literally me. So hit the link in my bio. Go book your facial. And also follow my skincare page, 1804 Skincare. Because I'm open. I'm taking clients now. Hey.
Now open beach. Also, shout out to my bestie Ryan for doing my ponytail, because I just been like feeling like Beyonce.
Oh, you You're not about to 30 inches me, ho.
I've been feeling like Beyonce this whole week. But thank you guys so much. We'll see you on Mondays. Make sure you tune in.
Bye.
Bye.